Autosport, a 27-foot cougar cat. Oh, look at that, almost stuffed it. Woo! That's Paul Petito, their driver, with Glenn Duntelli on throttles. I'm sure these guys are going to take it easy from here on in. They were moving it, and boom, almost a stuff. Look at that, that cougar cat. That was looking good with those 3 Merc 2.4 outboards. Motorsport design. Really moving right here. 82 miles an hour. Looking good over this calm water. Middle motor right there. It seems to be shaking a lot more than the others. That powerhead looks in serious trouble. We hope that can hang in there for the rest of the race. Now I've got it back. Look at that broken Yami motor. This is tough. Look at that. We've had some high attrition in the race. Scott Porter's secret formula is out. Rum Runner is out. Miami's best is not out though, and they are still running tough. This coyote is still barking away. Really going here. Miami's best, and they could very well be the best today. If they can hang together, they will be there. Minor difficulties have plagued the team in the past, but not this year, they say. Good competitor right there, JD from Greenwich and Breakaway, another 24-foot skater. Very similar boat as the DeCarlo's Firefox. A little different power plant, the stock 200s versus the 2.4s. Right here you see JD pulling a little bit right there. Look, oh man, look at DeCarlo get loose and shoot across JD's wake. Boy, was that getting loose. You see him stuff that boat right there and just shoot across. That's certainly gonna take them out of the race. Triple threat right in there. There we go. Look at that green flag instantly. What a quick green flag, and Awesome immediately takes the lead. experience that Frank has from all his many, many years on the race circuit is really going to come into play right here. Extractor right now your leader with US 1 Instant Air in second place. Right now we're on M25, the Extractor race team. Jim Lausnowski, Mike Giorgio, and Tommy Morris. These guys have really been together for a while. They know what they're doing. But right here there seems to be some confusion because I think they have definitely come to the realization they're off course. This boat is definitely not going at the speeds that it is capable of. Most likely due to the fact that they realize they're off course and they have to make the necessary corrections. You see them in the cockpit seem to talking to one another, looking at the maps, trying to get back on track and back on course. And once they're back on course and they realize they're at the right point, this boat with those motors by Richie Zool is really going to scream. Not only do they have the hot motors by Richie Zool, but this boat has been rigged by MRD, and these guys really know their business. The state-of-the-art in rigging of boats, and between MRD, Richie Zool, the experience of the Extractor race crew, and of course, who could forget John Cohn's exciting design of this Supercat. They've got a fine race boat, proven competitors on the APBA as well as the MPBA circuit, and you know they're going to be there, always dueling, constantly atop. This boat has what it takes to be a champion, and Jim Lausnowski with Mike Giorgio, Tommy Morse, the Extractor race team, are truly a championship caliber race team. Look at them go right here, the Extractor race team. Those big V8s in this boat are really going to do some damage. With John DeMeo and Brian Goldlitz, these guys are all business. As you recall in our last race, that starboard motor of Wild Bill. Fine racing. Over 75 miles per hour right here, and that is great in conditions like this. There you get a real good idea of those big swells, which make these boats do a lot of flying right here. Wild Bill Express. Brian has this boat rigged perfect, and he definitely wants to make an impression. Class D, he is presently in second place. He's got a... We want to show in their own race that the Scorpion boat is for real, and it certainly is. Look at that jumping right here. These guys definitely have to keep it together. In D class, it is very tight competition. You've got Triple Threat, followed by Apache Bandit, awesome in third place. Only 200 points separate these guys, first and third place. Phantom a little further back, Michael Lessie out of Massachusetts. But right here, the Awesome coming off 2 consecutive third-place finishes would love to do even better than that to really snug up with the other competition in his class. Awesome race team, really racing awesome right now. They're currently running second in class, and that's great right here. With this boat doing 84 miles per hour and really making a lot of noise, as you can hear. These guys are charging to take the lead in class, and they're really making a big impression right here on the race fans. Week in and week out, and just do the fine racing that they're capable of doing. C44 breakaway race team. JD's in first place in Class C, ahead of Rob Weinstein and Renegade. And third place we have Courageous, Bob and Chris Roth. But this is very tough. 150 points separate JD from Renegade. JD's coming off consecutive second and first place finishes in our last races. And you know he's going to want a first place here to make a big Cushion for him as he moves into New Rochelle. This boat is moving. Whoa, my goodness. These guys are doing some fine racing. I'm sure you all remember the big spill or the way they stuffed their boat last year, but they're back and doing a fine job right here. Star Chaser once again back in it. On the outside, that Rob Lowe moving ahead of Breakaway. When that boat gets going with those motors by Richie Zool, they're definitely capable of some big things, as you see right here. But Breakaway is definitely a sign of consistency. In our last two races, this boat has been clocked. Ooh, has been clocked. Look at this shot right here. This is Class B. This is what we alluded to earlier on in the broadcast. You've got some very tense competition right now. You've got Fever, Ocean Outboard, Jesse James, American Spirit. Look at these guys coming at each other. These are like a pack of barracuda, all sticking together, running hard. Really ominous looking right here. Listen to all these boats packed together. What exciting racing. Look in the middle, American Spirit. Ocean Out, what a jump by Ocean Outboard. Ah, what racing. American Spirit on the inside, Ocean Outboard on the outside. This is great. Dueling hull to hull at over 80 miles per hour. Look at these guys go. This is what the sport of offshore powerboat racing is all about. What a great camera angle. Our helicopter pilot has done a great job getting us this view, and we want to share it with you. Look at this racing right here. Jesse James and Fever in third and fourth in this lead pack right here. Ocean Outboard is there. The American Spirit is there. Fever, what racing. Look at these guys go. Fever on the outside, Jesse on the inside. Triple threat, American Spirit. Fantastic right here. Let's just watch and listen to this exciting spectacle. Look at that right there. Ocean Outboard really making a move. They're first in class and doing a fine job. That B class is real tight. Ocean Outboard, who has consecutive first place, has a comfortable 400-point lead over Jesse, followed by the American Spirit. Real tight right here. These guys all know where they stand in points and definitely could use a victory. And short, right in the rear view mirror of Ocean Outboard, you've got Jesse James right in the middle of your screen. Jesse is in second place, Ocean Outboard in first place in the standings as well as in class today. And ladies and gentlemen, there's not even a boat length separating these two guys right here. Jesse seems to be taking him right here. This is great racing. An American Spirit on the outside with Fever on the far outside. But American Spirit right now seems to be in first place. Jesse in second. Ocean Outboard third place. Fever in fourth place. What great racing. As you can see, between first and fourth place, 10 boat lengths. That's it. Not even 50 feet. This is, oh, look at Fever on the far outside of that mantle. What a big jump he took. They certainly felt that. And coming up to join the party, you've got Triple Threat. And not only is he joining the party, he is making a move right here. He passes Fever. He pulls up on Jesse. Look at Jesse out of the water. This is great racing. Triple Threat inside of Jesse. Ocean Outboard hanging tough on the inside near us. Hanging tough right there. But they overtake Fever. They overtake Jesse. This is great. American Spirit still in the lead, but Triple Threat pouring it on. Boy, is this exciting. Look at these guys right here. What fantastic sportsmanship right here. And this is the old B91, that 28-foot cigarette, Jesse James. Steve Ruthcap and Don Roberts along for the ride. This boat's been retired by the Lavins, but they've kept it in the family. Cousins, I believe, of the Lavin brothers. And this boat, where Jesse James really took off, is still running and still making a formidable approach. The cigarette is definitely a formidable race hull. Built for speed, built to take this kind of water, and these guys are doing real well. Oh, Fever right there. Did you see that coming down on the port side of that boat? What racing. That yellow manta is dueling door to door with Jesse James. My goodness, this is the best racing we've seen on the NPBA campaign. Fantastic. American Spirit still in the lead. Triple Threat is right there. Ocean Output, Jesse James, Fever, B-Class, all bunched together. It's so rare that you get everyone racing together, but when you do, there is nothing like it in the field of offshore powerboat racing. Fantastic racing right here. This crew are doing a great job out there today. Other classes still stretched out. Extractor, Terminator, Instant Air right there. Curtis with another fine shot. Look at that, coming down and up over. Great shot by Curtis, our chopper pilot. Jesse James, a familiar boat with a familiar name. This 28-foot cigarette has been around for quite a while. It's catapulted the Lavens into stardom on the APBA, NPBA circuit right now. And the boat is being run now by Steve Ruthcap and Don Roberts. Oh, look at that right there. Those guys came up and practically stuffed the boat. Whoa, again another jump. These guys are definitely taking some punishment out there. But the cigarette, being the dependable hull that it is, it can certainly take it. Now, whether or not Steve and Don can, that remains to be seen. But right there, these guys definitely created some white water, and we lost them for a split second. But everyone seems to be fine. They're back out running real strong right now. Again, and still in the hunt for things. The sponsor, the hull of the sponsor of this boat, Scorpion Raceboat, and here it is. Sal and Joey, Joe Sal, their boat, awesome. That red Scorpion is really right there. Pete Ross along for the ride today, who's built those motors, has done a great job. That's Awesome and Jesse going neck and neck right here. Jesse had the lead. Awesome moves up real hard on this point to take the lead. He's going by Jesse, definitely moving by Jesse. This is all happening at about 80 miles per hour right now, but Jesse will not be. Whoa, look at them both come out of the water. What a pretty picture. It speaks for itself right here. There's nothing like these boats in motion over the water, as you see. Oh, look at that. They come down real hard on the stern of that boat, but it's built well. Scorpion, definitely a proven name in offshore racing, and it's proving it right here. The Scorpion going head-to-head with a cigarette. Great racing right here. Still hanging tough. Awesome. Definitely taking the lead now on Jesse. Stretching it over to 30, 40 feet right now. And looking very good. It's true they're not in the same class, but when these guys come side by side, they just love it. It pushes the drivers even that much harder when they have competition that they can see. It definitely gives them that extra level that they need to compete. And right now, speaking of a guy who's always been a competitor, a great sportsman, a fan of all of us here on the NPBA and a freeze frame video, Jim Lausnowski, Mike Giorgio from S&S Propeller, Tommy Morris making up the Extractor race team, M25. You've seen them year in and year out, but right now with John Cohen's Supercat, these guys are really doing a great job. This 32-foot hull, built and engineered, and definitely done a great job on by Jeff Girardi, John Cohen's head engineer and boat builder over at Superboat. These guys are doing a fine job. Jim Lausnowski has really brought this boat into contention. He's got the motors by Richie And he succeeded in taking him on the outside. But in a race the length that these guys will be running, this is pretty much meaningless in terms of who's ahead of who at this point in the race. Look at Captain America take a deep engines with Mercruiser outdrives. Real fine package. You've got Mike Lehman right here, Gerald Billington navigating, and Orlando Lorenzo on throttles. Wayne Vince in Triple Threat from New Jersey, really going by, love it again. Great racing right now. That Triple Threat is tearing up the race course. He's maintaining an excellent speed and really making some time. Oh, look at that jump right there. Little chop, definitely came through it okay, as you can see. Fine bit of racing right now. Triple Threat is tearing up the race course. He's got an excellent run going right now. As we've alluded to earlier, we've had some tough seas and we've had some high attrition rates right now. Jesse James, a heads-on favorite in the beginning of today's race, was out early. We've got some high casualties we'll have to get back to on that as we get some of the boat right now. Right here, we're coming out of Government's Cut and heading out to one of the roughest parts on this race course. So we expect to see a lot of flying and throttling, and that's what it's all about. And they definitely have a good throttle man right here. That's Julio Di Verona on throttles, George Gonzalez, your navigator, and Jesus Garcia, your driver. All from Miami, Florida, and these guys are really working well together right now. The navigator, George Gonzalez, is really trying to tune in on the next part as he comes out of Government's Cut, and Julio Di Verona on throttles is really working hard today, working up a sweat out there right now. Horsepower Merc outboards, real big package. You've got Nick Cottrell, your owner-driver from Lake George, and the fine Tommy Curry from Throttles. This boat might look familiar to many of you race fans. It's the old Black Duck owned by Pete Aiken from Westport. This is a defending champion. This boat and motors are proven. For 2-3 years, I believe, they've been your defending champion in class on the APBA, our true proven championship boat. Peter has sold it to Nick, and Nick is really trying to carry on in the tradition that Peter had set out with this boat. The agitator on the outside making a move. You see him on the outside really charging hard, still in the race. But Boardwalk with a same boat, new name, Boardwalk, new owner, is really seeing what he can do with this boat. He knows it can do it. Now it's just up to the skill of the driver. His company is going to be tough. PM2, Mistress, all rough competition in D-Class, especially Danger Zone. He was moving, and he is definitely a boat to catch today. Scorpion really has its work cut out for them. Rounding the far checkpoint right there and heading for our next marker. Beautiful sight that was. He soared like an eagle out of that water, came in real nice, hardly lost any time at all. That's a real tribute to the throttle man on that boat. Listen to him work right there. Here we go, we're pulling it up a little better now. Now we're coming on plane. Manhattan Express picking it up right here. That Hawk from Hawk Marine picking it up. And the pace boat, yellow flag really starting to flutter. Awesome in the middle of the picture. Instant Air is there. Star Chaser, Triple Threat, getting on plane now. This is the moment we've been waiting for. The exciting start of the 1986 Long Island Grand Prix. All boats on plane. What a sight that is right there. Awesome. Then we have the green flag. Awesome takes out. Star Chaser, Murphy Stocker right there. Look at them go right here like fish bobbing in a school. What great sights these are. Awesome immediately to the lead. Star Chaser, Murphy and Stocker. Ooh, Star Chaser in the middle of your picture, jumping out of there like a marlin. And they're taking the lead quickly to the head of the pack. Murphy and Stocker on the outside. Awesome on the inside. Star Chaser still in the middle. Coming around the first checkpoint boat. Can't quite make out who's on the far outside of the screen. We'll look for our spotter to bring that update. But right now we're on E77, Murphy and Stocker, the 35-foot Baja, the beautiful orange and yellow boat. This is powered by Ferrara Performance. They've got the Ferrara engines, and they're doing a great job right now. This boat is really cruising. We've got Gordon Stockwood, Jack Hussey, and Rick Stockwood along for the ride today in the Murphy and Stocker race crew. What a beautiful looking boat, and right now these guys are really rocking and rolling out there on the course. Triple thread on the inside. You've got Awesome, the 32-foot Scorpion in the middle of the picture right here. Triple threat, the 30-foot Shadow. Deep V against Cat. What's it going to be? But they're going hard out right now. Look at this Cat really go. Chime walking a little bit. Really as we've said, no tomorrow. They're giving it everything that they've got, themselves as well as the boat. And on the far outside, Gino Montrone, the head instigator, in instant air, really making a move now. Gino Montrone, Frank Locke, US1 instant air team. What can we say about these guys? They've moved this Chris Craft for 2 years right now, and they've had great luck with it. The motors, the boat, the crew has all come. Oh my goodness, they really felt that one. Frank brought the boat way out. Gino handled it quite nicely. Frank bringing the throttles back and accelerating once again when the props caught water. A great job right there. No one lost their composure, took a big bounce, and kept on going. Look at that one right there. I thought that was curtains personally. You saw the boat chime walking a little. They came way out and it looked like they were going to lose it. But fortunately they held together and the boat is back in stride right now. Really moving hard. Boy, was it that close. Look at that again. Once again coming out. Long Island Sound is a tricky place to race. Is proud to present the Grand Bahama Xanadu Grand Prix. Hello again, everyone. Shelly Kahn, Airborne, bringing you another exciting call of offshore powerboat racing. We've got a really super race today. We're going to be racing 110 miles, all the way from Miami to Freeport in the Grand Bahamas. This is some race. We've got 9 boats entered, very tough challengers, tough boats. As you can see, weather conditions are very... Listen to these boats do their thing and move through the field as we bring you the introduction and the remainder of the field in today's exciting offshore powerboat race. This 32-foot Manta, beige brown with its very attractive hull and deck, is powered by twin 440 horsepower Merc Cruiser engines. John does a lot of the testing of this boat and running of his business at Tampa Bay Marine, which is owned and operated by John Provenzano. That's Tampa Bay Marine, home of the Lorraine Bandit. But right here, you really can just tell, look how rough this sea is. These guys are taking an abusive pounding, I might add. How they're going to feel after 110 miles, we'll just have to wait and see, but I'm glad it's not me. It's much safer up here as opposed to down there right now. These guys will certainly feel it when they get to the Grand Bahamas. But right here... Red Cloud race team still going very strong right here. And here's a boat who is not experiencing such rough seas. The beautiful, scenic Sea Escape. These people are on escape right now, and look at the boat just slice through the waves right here. No problem. This 7-foot chop presents no problem right here. Here you see camera number 2 and chopper number 2. That's the freeze frame video 2-camera shoot. We have 2 cameras side by side, one on the port and one on the starboard, trying to bring you the best in offshore powerboat racing video. And there you see our fearless leader and head cameraman, the producer, director, editor, his driving force and mentor, and the guiding light behind our entire operation, Jeff Girardi, camera 1 in chopper 1, bringing you the best coverage that we can possibly give you for freeze frame video. Drivers are faced with the smaller boat pulling back a little, getting a little bit more of a rougher ride than Bandit on the inside, which has a little longer hull to deal with some of these rough weather conditions. Oh, you can definitely get a sense of the chop that we're experiencing right now. These guys are definitely taking a pounding, and this could certainly cut down on our average miles per hour for the overall race. This is definitely going to take a toll on the equipment today. So not only do the boats and engines have to hold up, but the crew will also have to hold up together. When you have seas like today, the conditions, the stamina. Oh, look at that right there. That is certainly going to test the stamina and conditions that this boat has. If the rigging and everything holds up through that, they will definitely hold up throughout this race. What a tough jump that was right there. They certainly felt that one. But these guys are cool customers, and they're back to some good racing. Still in third place, the P-44 Captain America, who thank goodness everyone is all right, and they were still who really got going when it got. Us at Freeze Frame Video Sports Production. Our pilot, Randy Riggs, has done a great job. Jeff Girardi has really enjoyed coming down here, bringing you the coverage of this race. Well, that's about going to do it. The 1986 Gold Coast Cup Quest has been a great circuit. You guys have done a bikini, a combination that has certainly been interesting. It's proven to be race-worthy right here. And on the outside, just going by, you've got Special Edition. Dalia comes in your picture, and on the outside there's American Dream. So right here you see Lamborghini Scarab in the middle of your picture. Dalia with Diggers driving along on throttles today in Special Edition from Greenwich, Connecticut. And on the outside, the American Dream really moving right here. Auto Armor Special Edition, the 30-foot Chris Craft, is smoking right here. These guys are doing over 110 miles per hour. Dalia and Diggers really got this cranking right now, and he's going right after some competition who is also hanging tough with him. American Dream. Peter Hidalgo's really got his boat dialed in. The former Miami's best people are coming back strong. You've seen them in the past race in American Dream, and now you see them on the outside of Auto Armor Special Edition. Look at these guys go. 2 great champions. Dalia, your defending champ, who's been there all along, and Hidalgo with his boat. American Dream is doing a fine job. Special Edition, hailing from Greenwich, Connecticut. John and Digger have been together a long time, and these guys have always been there. Auto Armor Special Edition. We've just witnessed a great run right here. American Dream on the outside, Special Edition on the outside. Great racing. Look at this right here. These two shadows are really going at it. This American Dream of Hidalgo's is doing a fine job. The former Miami's best champion has come back real strong in this boat, American Dream. And along with Dave Marcus, he really feels he's got the right boat and the right crew this year. He's got a lot of experience, and right there you see what these guys are really made of. Peter Hidalgo's American Dream, a fine-looking boat right there, and he is doing head-to-head with Delia's Special Edition. Two great champions, two great boats going at it. You've seen some fine racing, and you're right up close with American Dream right here. And look at these guys propel themselves over this chop. But he's dueling real hard right now, and he knows he's in a race with Auto Armor's Specialist Captain Maintain. This all-sleek red 32-foot skater catamaran is powered by twin 400-horsepower OMC engine outboards. This boat is owned by Bill Kai from Chicago, Illinois. It is driven today by Larry Reifer, and Bill Kay is your throttleman and navigator right here on this boat. Look at them go right here. Captain Maintain, this skater is really doing a fine job. Hopefully he'll be able to maintain his lead over Team Skater, who you saw earlier. Collie is charging hard, but Bill Kay is hanging real tough. The Captain Maintain race team is looking very good right here, and this skater is doing a fine job. Where other people have been running inboards, who you've seen, right here we still have many, many contestants running with the outboards. He feels with these OMC 400 horsepower motors, he can really do the job, and right now he certainly is. The Captain Maintain race team. Scarab Lamborghini doing a fine day of racing. The Scarab should prevail very well in these rough weather conditions. However, Star Chaser's done a good job in holding them off, as you can see. Passing Scarab Lamborghini now, we move up to Star Chaser, who we saw earlier. You get some idea there of just how much powerboat racing and the experience of Chris Lavin on driving, and all the knowledge and guts and sportsmanship that Joey and Pressure has from East Coast Marine Throttling. This boat is certainly going to carry on in the true championship tradition. Jesse James race team. Star Chaser on the outside right there. Seas are very rough, as you can see. That Deep V Apache does a little better in this type of weather conditions as it can. Design of the Conquest in seas like this. America. A freeze frame always striving to bring total excellence in offshore powerboat racing photography and video. We're doing the concept of a two-camera shoot. We've enjoyed doing it. We certainly hope you enjoy viewing it, because we feel it gives you the best viewing angles possible. As you guys put everything into your boats, we want to put everything into video reproduction for you and the viewers, so we hope you certainly enjoy it. Right now we're on someone who's always been a friend of freeze frames, Omar Alestre, and his smooth operators, Steve and Beth Carrier. P4, Captain America. This 30-foot Chris Craft has done well all day. Right now he's unofficially in first, actually he's in second place behind the Agitator and Talon Special. Omar can certainly close a gap as well as anyone. One of the best throttlemen in the business, a lot of experience, a great sportsman, and a good friend of us all. Omar Alestre, the Captain America himself in P4, Captain America race team, having a great run today. Here it is, Pete Hidalgo's American Dream. We've seen him earlier. This 30-foot Shadow Cat is doing a fine job with his 565 horsepower United engines. Right here, this boat is only red, white, and blue, the symbolic patriotic colors, but I'm sure next week in Atlantic City, this boat will be fully painted and complemented with numbers and names. It's Pete's style, a true professional, and he runs a professional race team. Peter Hidalgo, living the American dream right here. Good run right here, and of course, as you can see, they're running with those safety capsules, which are very new this year. Pete going all out for safety after what's been happening. He feels it's a good thing to have, and he's got the capsules. However, right there, the rear part of that capsule has come up. They realize that they've got to slow down and come off plane to fix this. You see him outside of his racing cockpit right here and doing the necessary corrections that must be made. Probably a latch or something came loose. He's got it down, he's getting back in the boat, ducking down in between that capsule and strapping down. Here they go, getting back on plane. Minor pit stop out here in the middle of the seas, but they're back and doing real fine. The American dream getting back on plane. We saw a great bit of racing technology right there. They had a problem, they realized it, they've rectified it, and they are moving right now. American dream presently running in first place with ahead of Lens Express in M-Class. Super racing right there. You've seen it at its best. Very exciting, making the... Telford really screaming. He's coming up on Mercury Marine on the outside right there, the Pantera. Look at him go right there, throttling very strong right here. Just blowing by Mercury Marine on the outside. Teltec charging very hard at this point in the race. Very strong. Really pushing this boat to the limit. At times you see them getting a little loose, but that's just a sign of pushing it real hard. Cooking in excess of 80 miles per hour. Oh, that was a nice one right there. Coming out of the water and really keeping the boat quite level, back in, throttles back down, and moving right out. Great races as they round one of the turns here at the checkpoints. Teltec race team, a good piece of racing work when chasing the fish peddler. Wish them a lot of luck in today's race because they're doing a fine job right here. Listen to them throttle back and forth right now. Pantera race team doing it all. Little choppy right here. You see him propelling himself through it quite nicely. A little back and forth action. You hear those throttles working very hard, but certainly keeping a good constant RPMs up. Look at that shot right here. Miami, Pantera, doing it all, letting it all hang out right now. Pantera race team. What a great jump and a great shot. Going out with Dirty Laundry, who you saw open up an early lead. But now things have certainly started to settle down. Dirty Laundry and Monkey Business going head-to-head. And other classes have gotten off. Danger Zone, Spirit of Miss Liberty dueling it out, which is good to see. breakaway climb buster. Look at the vibration there on those 3 Merc outboards. The Mercury 2.4 outboard engines. Great shot right there. Those motors taking a pounding, as you can see, but just working very hard, maintaining those RPMs and really churning out a great deal of power right now. The business end of this boat. Right here, someone we've been watching earlier, C50, the Bahama Express of Sam Curry. Boat just looks super right there. Doing a fine job of working those throttles. And we believe on the outside he's chasing Fish Peddler. About a 100 to 200 yard advantage right now between these two boats. And C50 is closing the gap. There you see those 3 V8 300 horsepower Heaven Rude. Doing a phenomenal job here today. Closing the gap. Making a strong charge. The Bahama Express is really on the express track right now and challenging largely the Fish Peddler race team on the outside. Almost door to door and coming up on him. Believe me, the adrenaline is pumping in both of these crews right now. Going at it side by side. Oh, very strong. Rising to the challenge. Tremendous individual competition right here. And Curry and Bahamas Express taking the lead over Fish Peddler. We're still on Loran Bandit, and now we're coming up in front of them, and look at this over-the-top move. Al, Vic, and Dave have done a great job of flying these helicopters for the freeze-frame crew. Oh, look at that. That could be it serious. That's something you don't like to see. That looked like a piece of the bottom flying off the hull of the connection. On the other side. One on the starboard, one on the port. Really highlighting the connection right now. Certainly hope that piece of the hull that fell off or the bottom will not be a problem. There in the freeze frame helicopter number 1. Being filmed by Jeffrey in helicopter number 2. The freeze frame video staff up in the air, bringing it to you live and up front with action. Howard and Jeffrey on the other side. Vic and Dave doing his flying. Coming from the starboard and coming from the port. It looks super. There you see up front there the piece of the deck that came off. Right there, you see it below the anon connection and under their number D11. But they still seem to be maintaining a good run. speeds now. We expect these boats to be running in excess of 90 miles per hour and approaching 100 once these guys get going. There's more, with over 20 boats in the open class, it's just grown to such exciting. That's Thriller extending the lead. Rounding your first checkpoint, that's Thriller in first, followed by ACR Systems in second. And we'll have to wait and see if Spirit of America has been able to hold on and hang in third place. Very clear day, as you can see right there. Door to door right here, Thriller and ACR Systems, as we head towards our second checkpoint. As they come out of that checkpoint, they're really throttling now. They have a long straightaway, calm water, 2 cats. They're going all out. These guys have those throttles all the way down, racing side by side at over 100 miles per hour. The APBA, some of the finest racing in the world. Express, the black and white boat on the outside, and Ocean Outboard, that is the Ocean Outboard Skater on the inside. P75, Ocean Outboard Skater. This sleek 32-foot skater catamaran is powered by 3 260 horsepower Mercury 2.4 outboards. This boat is owned by Anthony Caligari Jr. from Lynbrook, New York. He is also doing the throttles, and the driver today is John Shields from West Sayfield. That's Ocean Outboard, an exclusive skater dealer in Seaford, New York. And they also do Mercury Marine. There you see it, Ocean Outboard dealers for Mercury Marine high performance and skater boats. They bring it all out here, encompassing all of their technology and experience out here in the proven race test track, the race course itself. So what they do out here, they certainly do back home in Seaford. The Ocean Outboard Skater Race Team, defending national champions in Stock B class, and they've come out here now moving up to Pro Stock. They're presently running. We have P40, the Agitator Race Team. Right now, Miss Don Q and Ocean Outboard have a slight lead, but Agitator is certainly trying to make a move right here. That's Boardwalk on the far outside, as you see, trying to make his move. He's been hanging tough all along. Boardwalk on the outside, Agitator right in the middle. Oh my goodness, Boardwalk going way up and stuffing it and coming right out. I hope they're all right there. They seem to be okay. The boat is slowing down and coming to a stop. And oh my, on the other side of the helicopter, obviously out of the picture, Laser Express has also stuffed it, and Wayne Vince of Triple Threat is slowing down to assist them. Great sportsmanship right there being displayed by Triple Threat. We hope everyone in Boardwalk and Laser Express is all right. They seem to be, from what we hear. As you can see, it is very rough and choppy out here. And right now we're going through total chaos. P10, who's going through it. Look at them go right here. This 35-foot V-bottom Coyote is powered by 3 200 horsepower Mercury outboards. It is owned and driven by Robert Madro from Lake Bluff, Illinois. He's got Roy DeSilva from Lake Forest, Illinois as his navigator, and Mike Martinelli, who you just heard earlier, doing a tremendous job of throttling this boat. Very tough for some of these guys to make headway in these choppy seas, so the throttle man really has his work cut out for him. Oh, boy, is this boat coming up. And so, everyone was okay on Laser Express. Wayne Vince continued running and did a fine job. That's what this sport is all about. Some excellent sportsmanship being displayed there by Wayne Vince of the Triple Threat Race Team. So with that, we wish Willie T. Wright, the Hammer, and Wayne P. Vince, the Triple Threat Race Team, all the best in today's final run. The Triple Threat Race Team. The red boat with the fin, who you saw earlier on in the telecast. But we're staying right here with David Street from New Hampshire and his exciting race boat known as Wildcat. And they're just having a great run right now, going all out, and the boat is really moving. The throttle man doing an excellent job. Harold Smith bringing it home with the Wildcat race team. Coors Light, Silver Bullet on the outside, challenging Wildcat. Two open boats going at it. Coors had a third place finish on Thursday, so they'd love to have another strong showing here today. Wildcat on the inside, Coors, Silver Light Bullet on the outside. The Deep V Cigarette going up against the Catamaran. And Silver Bullet making a move like a bullet on the outside of... Here. Dirty Laundry is a 32-foot Skater Cat up front. And you've got D'Elia right here in the back with his Chris Cat. He's doing a great job. John D'Elia from Greenwich, Connecticut, and Digger also from Greenwich, Connecticut, doing a fine job in piloting this Auto Armor Special Edition. However, the story in Modified is Hildago's American Dream. Dirty Laundry must overtake him. If Dirty Laundry finishes in first place and American Dream finishes worse than fifth, they can win it all. Dirty Laundry can win, so Hildago must take fifth or better to hold off the challenge of Dirty Laundry. First place right now, with Team Skater in second and Auto Armor Special Edition in third place. Good footage right here. D'Elia on the inside, Joe Mack on the outside. Special Edition going head-to-head against Dirty Laundry. Dirty Laundry's done everything they can to this boat to get it ready for today. They know they must take first place, and then they've done their part and just hope for the American Dream to finish worse than fifth. If that can happen, it will be a tremendous comeback in the modified class for 87. Now we move to one of your modified boats who is just cranking right now. Pete Hidalgo. Pete Hidalgo's the American Dream M11. And let me tell you, he's got this boat moving. We're doing over 100 miles per hour right here. And believe me, this boat sounds like it's got a lot more. Listen to this guy throttling. This exciting, good-looking boat known as American Dream is a 30-foot red, white, and blue patriotic 30-foot Shadow Cat. It is powered by twin 565 horsepower United Racing engine inboards with Merc Cruiser #4 outdrives. This boat is owned by American Boat Sales Inc. in Opelika, Florida. Your driver today, your driver of record is Pete Hidalgo. Driver is Glenn Donatelli. And throttling today is Pete Hidalgo himself. Formerly the Miami's best racing team, now coming out in '87 with the American Dream. And believe me, this guy is living the American Dream. Pete's been racing for a number of years, really working up through the circuits and coming to be a true champion as he is. He's won some national crowns already to his credit, and he certainly wants to take the '87 Modified Champion.